And we're back.
He gets this to Michael Mayer. This is ahead for about 5. Oye Mafe bringing that play to a halt.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the gun, a run for Madison. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, they're the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. They go play action. Here's Smith. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60-plus. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. They're out and set, 1st and 10. To throw, here's Darnold. Has him on the quick hitter. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They go play action here. Smith and Jigba there to grab it. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Darnold. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They're set up at the 35 now. Walker on 1st down. Crosses midfield, still going. And he's finally stopped across midfield at the 47. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Throwing here, Darnold. Cup on the catch. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 22 on 2nd down. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet. And he drives this forward to the 6.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Walker now from the gun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Now Darnold. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks take a 2nd quarter lead. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch, or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Myers to add the PAT. Extra point is good in this wintry weather. And the Seahawks break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Enough goes to Madison, running right. He's contained at the line for no gain. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. A play fake, now Smith to throw. Little off center, his man just couldn't adjust to it.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Smith. Forced out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Goodness gracious, this quarterback is taking an absolute beating in this first half, and you better have some ice for him ready at halftime. I'll tell you this, Kate, it has been a brutal couple quarters, and if you don't start protecting the quarterback, this guy may not make it and even finish this game.
A.J. Cole on the punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. Secures this at the 17. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Seahawks headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 28. Fits it through the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Darnold now to throw. He'll get this to Cup. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Walker hauls it in. This one goes for 3 yards. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Handoff running left, Walker. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The only thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. It's Walker on the option. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Staying with Walker. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
2nd and 6 now. Cut by Lockett. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Running left, here's Walker. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. That run good for a gain of 2, and just like that, we've hit our 2-minute warning. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Here's Darnold to throw. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing off the play fake here. Flushed out of the pocket. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Jason Myers now going to try to knock this through for the Seahawks. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Myers' kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Abdullah now to return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Smith. Short pass caught by his tight end.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, here's Smith. He'll get this to Tucker. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. 1st down, Smith to throw. He'll get it complete to Alexander Madison.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And again, it's Smith. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Still going. And he's across for the touchdown. And that flag is not going to stop this celebration. They know that's an offsides call.
Offside. Defense.
Got to the end zone with a free play, so they will, of course, decline offsides and take the points. Carlson now to add one more. No problems with his footing in the snow. The XP is good. And the Raiders cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Brown with a return here. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Pass complete to Walker. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 6 coming up here. To throw, here's Darnold. Pass taken in by Lockett. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Darnold. Getting out to his left. He takes it himself. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
Sam Arnold. Sam Arnold.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 23. Finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll get enough for a first down. Just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
The first drive, the first play in the beginning, the first quarter with the touchdown. Trey Tucker led the team with 6 touchdowns. He's been in there back and forth at a 9.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. Myers' kick is good. Their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And this won't have the juice to reach the landing zone, so some great field position coming up for this offense at the 40-yard line. Excellent field position for him here after the kickoff lands short. One last play before the break. Flag down. This could be a free opportunity for the offense. This one won't be reeled in, but they had that green light to take the shot, and they did. Looked like somebody on the defense jumped the snap. Well, as we all know, halves can't end on a defensive penalty, so now we get an untimed down. This might be a free play for him. Catch is made down the right sideline. And as he goes out of bounds, we've got a flag on the play, likely against the defense. Well, as we all know, halves can't end on a defensive penalty, so now we get an untimed down. Free play here. Let's see what he does. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. It's incomplete, but good awareness. They saw him jump, shot it deep. Now we're going to get this call. Well, as we all know, halves can't end on a defensive penalty. So now we get an untimed down. So from a mile away, they'll send out the field goal unit to take a shot at this one. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside, defense.
Well, as we all know, halves can't end on a defensive penalty. So now we get an untimed down.
Still first down.
Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. But I do see a flag out there. Let's see what the call is.
Defense.
Well, as we all know, halves can't end on a defensive penalty. So now we get an untimed down. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. There, and he did.
Defense.
The flag is down, though, so let's see if this kick stands or not. So that one on the defense and declined, and that brings us to halftime. Let's head to Orlando for our halftime reports and Jonathan Coachman. We've reached halftime from Seattle. It's the Seahawks leading in front of the home crowd. Now we'll send you from one end of the country all the way to the other. Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports halftime reports. In the first half, it was the veteran Sam Darnold who had the offense moving. He had a half for the ages. Touchdown pass after touchdown pass. He threw a month's worth of touchdowns in just those first 2 quarters of play.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Abdullah now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And the type of game that he has been putting together, wow, we're going to see some of these highlights now, Brock, and I expect a lot of times over the next week, too. He has thrown this offense to the end zone time and again. What a showing. This is one of the elite games that we have seen from him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Madison. Will cobble together a yard there. Tackle made by Jaron Reed. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here's Madison again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They go play action. Here's Smith. Bails out of the pocket quick.
Oh,
Took off with it
don't
again.
know.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. From the gun, Smith.
Oh,
This ball's cut by Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the red zone now.
oh, this is.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, we hear about it all the time. A short memory, right? We hear about it with quarterbacks a lot, Kate, when they make a mistake. But it works the same way for a defense, a whole position group. You have got to flush that big play, come back and play the next play. And boy, did the defense do it there.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another try following the sack. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And he loses control of the interception in the end zone. Could have taken away some potential points, but instead, new life. 3rd down.
You know, that's a risk of putting up a jump ball in the end zone. You know, some of these defenders in this day and age can go up and get it with the best of the receivers. It's one they got away with. Should have been a pick and, frankly, a touchback.
They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that will tie things up in the 3rd.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.